everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you. I've got some really good stuff today for your reading. I already pulled the cards for the overall energy. I did get a download a message for you that I'm going to speak about at the beginning. We'll get some clarifying cards and some messages from the Lighthouse box. And if you're new to my channel, on this channel we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to grow and expand and get unstuck and evolving into the best version of yourself, and always keeping the divine number one on this channel. And for those of you who are a subscriber to my channel, I just want to send you so much love and gratitude for your support and what I'm trying to do here, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I have this downloaded message that I want to give to you, and this is it. And here we go. Has your environment, your childhood, or what people have said about you created your identity? Do you feel like you have allowed these situations and their projections create a limited version of yourself? Don't allow the enemy's lies to take root so that you miss your destiny. Start believing in the identity that God has created you to be: powerful, worthy, valuable, full of potential and amazing talent. It's time to take your power back and be the breaker of those generational chains. Your identity comes from God, not man. So start releasing the lies that have become chains in your life and start believing in what God says you are. How you see yourself through your thoughts, words, and actions is what creates your identity, and your identity creates your reality. Now is the time to start speaking truths to yourself that you are limitless, favored, strong, and there is a hero that lives within you. You have all the power to change your limiting thoughts and start believing in the favor that God has over your life. God created you as His masterpiece. It's time you started believing it so you can start living it. Make the cycle end with you and start chasing your dreams. Okay? So it's a very powerful message. And, this is about changing your mindset, changing your beliefs about who you think that you are. Because underneath all of those labels, projections, limited thoughts, or what your parents said, or what your environment said, or how it was limiting, or whatever your circumstances was, that's where you believe you're meant to be. But God created you for bigger and better things. So don't let your thoughts, your words, or your actions limit your destiny here, okay? Be the cycle breaker. Break those chains and start chasing your dreams, okay? Okay, so that is the download a message I got. Now, and then I was called to these decks, and these are the cards that came out. I didn't pick these cards, and they really go with the message I just read to you, okay? It says, be a beacon, number 36. That could be significant. Or number 9. It says, be an inspiration, light the way for others. Yeah, this is about stepping into your power here. The power and the gifts that God has placed inside of you, right? So you can light that way for others, be an inspiration. And, there's many, many different ways you can be an inspiration for other people, okay? So take that how it resonates with your journey. But you have God-given gifts that are waiting to be shown, be seen, right? So you can light that way for others, right? Being that light in a very dark place right now. And then the other card that we got was right now. So it's like the divine is saying, step into your power now. Like, don't waste any more time. Now is the time. It says, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. Okay? That's about embracing the now, right? Not looking so far forward that you get out of the alignment with the flow, right? Being surrendered to the divine, right? Allowing him to heal you, heal those wounds, heal those traumas, and remove the fog and bring clarity to who you really are and the gifts that you carry and the truths about you, right? But staying in the flow, right? Not getting too far ahead, right? Because then once we start getting too far ahead, then we wrap our mind with doubts, fears, the what ifs, right? And then we start, I'm hearing, strangling the flow instead of letting the energy flow that allow things to move. That allows opportunities to come in, people to come in, things to change, right? But if you're strangling the energy, it stops the flow and movement in your life, okay? And it says, we are always speaking to you, sending you messages. This is what came out, okay? After I created, got this downloaded message. It's like, this is another confirmation that this downloaded message I have is from the divine here. It says, we are speaking to you and sending you messages. When you feel like you are alone in a situation, just know that you are never truly alone. We are reminding you to stop, look around, and believe in something else, something more. We've got your back. That's all about what I just said. Believe in something more than your limiting beliefs here. That you are powerful, that you are worthy, that you are valuable, that you're full of potential, and that you have amazing talents here. Okay? Because they have your back here. And once you believe in yourself, then like I said, then the divine can help move you forward here. Right? They've got your back. They just need you to believe in something more, right? Something else. Breaking these limiting chains here. Okay? And, I typed this up just because it's easier for me to read. It's hard to read my own handwriting here. But, they're always sending you messages, right? Reminding you to stop, look around, and believe in something else, okay? And that's what they need from you right now. Believing in yourself, right? That you aren't what other people said you are. It's not what your parents said. It's not what, people at school said, right? That's not your identity, because your identity does not come from man. It comes from God, okay? And once you start changing your thoughts, your words, and your actions, right? Then you start creating an identity of what you believe, right? And then that changes your reality. So, and how you do that is through taking that daily action to choose to make a different choice. Choosing to think different, choosing to believe different about yourself, okay? It's a daily choice that you make, just like you choose to eat healthier, choose to exercise, choose to, make an effort and some change in your life, right? It's the same thing, right? It's just people overlook this. They don't put the effort in and then wonder why things don't change, right? You've got to put the effort into your thoughts, your words, and your actions to change that. And as you do that repetitively, then you become the change agent. That's what I'm hearing in your life, okay? All right, so we're going to get some cards to clarify, and then some messages from the Lighthouse box here, okay? All right. What else, Spirit? You know, and if they're heavily ingrained, it's going to take effort on your part, and it's going to take time. But, you know, slow and steady wins the race, okay? Ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Step by step, you're ascending this mountain, raising your vibration, right? Getting in that alignment of love, loving yourself, loving who you are, loving your gifts, loving your value here, right? And as you raise your vibration through a positive mindset, seeing the truth of who you are, right? You're ascending that mountain, and that ascension is becoming in alignment with the highest version of yourself, which is the closest to the divine here, okay? But you just need to keep moving forward step by step, like stepping stones here. Don't look at the big picture. You break it down into pieces, and conquering those pieces one at a time is going to get you to the top of that mountain, okay? All right, but it is going to take effort, daily effort on your part, but it's going to bring great change in your life, okay? You just need to keep moving forward, all right? Okay, and then I'll get one more to clarify, but you know, you have all the power within you, okay? And it's also very important that you surrender your path to the divine, okay? Because he is the doorkeeper. He opens the doors and he closes the doors, and you don't want to make moves before him, right? Okay? So keep working on yourself, raising your vibration so he can start opening the new doors, because as you ascend this mountain, you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, and as you do that, the old has to fall away and the new has to come in. So there's going to be a transition, okay? And you have to allow what's not meant for you, which is part of your old programming. People that entertain that old programming are going to fall away. And you have to allow those doors to close. And as you climb the mountain and you come to a higher frequency, then God is going to open the new doors of the people that are aligned with this new higher version of yourself. But so many people want to hold on to the old, what's not serving them. And so therefore, your environment, your reality is stuck at that level. Okay, so if you really want change in your life, you have to allow yourself to go with the flow and allow stuff, everything, situations, people, places, things to fall away with the old version of yourself, okay? And if that means walking alone, okay, you have to be open to that, because God will open new doors to the higher version of yourself, but you have to allow this whole transformation to happen. And it all takes effort. Daily effort on your part and time, okay? But keep moving forward and you're going to get there, okay? But you can't allow yourself to hold on to things, to people. I mean, it may require you to let go of things that you feel you need to hold on to, but it's only going to keep you stuck in a lower vibration on the lower part of this mountain. If you want to get to the top, right? The best version of yourself. Everything that you have to offer, right? In the alignment with the best version of yourself, closest with the divine. Then you have to be willing to let go, okay? You have to be willing to let go. And know that better. Wouldn't you want to let go of things that if you knew that only better was going to come, right? That's something you have to ask yourself, okay? Don't settle for where you are when better is available, okay? All right? It says, number 14, flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. Yeah, this is all about going with the flow here. Okay, and I'm telling you that when you surrender and you go with the flow, okay, it's all about keeping that alignment, okay, and keeping that high vibrational mindset, that positive thinking, forward thinking, right? Going with the flow and allowing the divine to lead your path because he knows what's best for you. You may think you know what's best for you, but he's the one that created you. He already has your destiny in place for you. You just have to get out of your own way and don't allow limiting thoughts or or believing or self-sacrificing or self-sabotaging yourself that you need to settle at the bottom of this mountain when God is like, no, I've built you to rise up and be at the top of this mountain. So don't settle, okay? Don't settle. All right, so let's get some messages from the Lighthouse box here. Settling is easier. Okay, settling for that relationship, settling for that job, settling for, that place where, the place where you live. Just settling in general is easier, okay? But it's not going to get you into your blessings, your divine blessings of peace, prosperity, everything that he has stored away for you here, okay? And settling is not in line with your authentic self. When you are in alignment with your authentic truth, okay, your soul will not allow you to settle where you are. The only way you can settle for where you are is having to wear a mask and refusing to see the truth of the situation. Okay, so if you want to live in your truth and authenticity, right? It's not going to allow you to settle. Your soul is going to push you forward here, okay? Because you're meant to ascend this mountain. And some of you are already climbing. Some of you are already at the top, okay? And those of you, because we're all on different timelines, those of you who are already there, be that beacon. Light that way for others, okay? And go with the flow. Allow the divine to lead you as you're this beacon, paving this way for others. And they're speaking to you and guiding you through this, okay? All right. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. Ephesians 5:15. Yeah. This is all by the divine. It's just like you need to be careful and live with wisdom here. It's really what I'm getting with this. Live with wisdom. Divine wisdom here, right? Allowing him to guide you and show you your truth here. I'm also hearing it's unwise to settle, all right? You need to step in your truth and knowing your truth, your value, your worth, right? And and embracing your God-given gifts here. Okay? I just heard you have all the power within. Getting my daily dose of vitamin C. Getting my daily dose of vitamin C. It's SEA. So you could be getting out near water, right, to get this clarity here. This also, you may be getting out in nature on a daily basis here. If you're not, I suggest doing so. It's going to help unlock the flow. I'm hearing unlock the flow here. Okay? If you live near the water, make sure you're getting out there and embracing the energy it's offering you. Because I'm hearing clarity. You may be getting clarity as well. You may also be getting messages from the divine when you're near water here. I'm getting that as well. I became my own healer. Yeah, that's what the divine wants you to do here, is become your own healer here. Going with the flow, right? Embracing these messages and applying them to your life here. Okay? You can become this butterfly. You can become the change agent in your life. It's just putting the effort and the energy and the time and investment in yourself. Okay? We're always so busy investing in others that, we don't invest in ourselves. I have the 9 of Swords. Okay, you may be having sleep issues or I'm hearing racing thoughts, okay, or dark thoughts or anxiety, worries, or fears, right? It's time to take your power back, right? The divine isn't giving you those thoughts. That's the enemy putting those thoughts in your mind here, okay? You've got to change those thoughts into something positive, right? When it starts happening, you have to flip the script and replace it with the truth, okay? Not what's ingrained in you, but with truth, okay? So that you can be your own healer here. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Yeah, this is all about moving forward and getting started here, right? Getting started on becoming your own healer here, so that you no longer have to be in this energy of the 9 of Swords, which you're not sleeping, worrying, fear, all up in your head, right? That's not divine energy. That's the enemy trying to take roots and stop you from your potential here, okay? It's time to take your power back and start investing in yourself. Because you matter here. You matter. Right? You know, and it's about healing your heart here. I'm really getting this. It's like ascending the mountain. Keep going forward because you matter. You're worth investing in here. And I'm just getting with this big heart. It's like you have a big, beautiful heart here. Maybe you would love to be an inspiration for others, or maybe you're already an inspiration for others, right? Lighting the way. Because your light matters. You matter. It's time to start and investing yourself, being your own healer here and getting started, taking those daily steps forward, right? Releasing control. I just heard releasing control. And I just heard, getting started right now, don't waste another day. Don't waste another day being in this 9 of Swords energy here. Right? It's those fears, worries, and doubts get into a loop, right? That ingrained thought pattern that we have about ourselves, our situation, right? It just goes in a loop, right? It's time to take your power back. You got to break that chain, break that cycle, all right? And you're worth investing in here because you matter, right? The enemy doesn't have control over you. It's what you allow the enemy to control, okay? We have the Eiffel Tower here, okay? This could be a tower moment for you, or maybe you're going to the Eiffel Tower, or you could be experiencing a tower moment, or you could be traveling, okay? You know, somebody in this Nine of Swords, right? I mean, it could be up in your head, and this could be a tower moment for you. You're just sick and tired, right? Well, it's time to invest in yourself, right? You could be up in your head about, you know, worrying about there being a tower moment in your life as well, okay? Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Yeah. Fear is an illusion. It's a reaction to a feeling. Okay? So you need to find the courage to make the decision that you matter and you're worth investing in here and getting started. Right? Being your own healer here. Getting out to nature if you need that. So you can hear divine communicate with you, getting their messages, right? Going with the flow and moving forward, starting that path to ascending this mountain to the higher version of yourself, the best version of yourself, where God's blessings are. Think happy thoughts. Yeah, by thinking these happy thoughts, it's moving you forward up this mountain here. You know, it's what I was saying, you know, your thoughts, your words, your actions, they shape your reality here. But you got to make that investment, okay? A promise is a promise, okay? Making this promise to yourself, right? That you're worth this investment and you're going to make the change here, okay? And keeping that promise. You know, keeping that daily promise to yourself. She believed she could, so she did. Yeah, and it says she, it could be he. He believed he could, so he did. You know, this is about believing in yourself, right? Having the courage to make that decision, to keep moving forward and ascending this mountain here. Surrendering to the divine as you go with the flow here. And embracing every day for what it can offer you. And just as you go through this change, take one day at a time here, okay? Focus on everything you can do in that day to help you move forward, right? And believing in yourself that you can do this, okay? Because you can. Because you matter here. All right? Do one thing at a time and do well. Isn't that what I just said? I just said take it into small steps here. Do one thing at a time and do it well. Okay? Yeah, that's taking one step at a time here. Right? Not looking at, how big of a change needs to happen here. You're doing the best that you can do in the moment that you have every day, right? And as you do that, it's going to keep you moving forward, ascending up this mountain here, okay? Never stop looking up. Yeah, this is letting, and what I'm getting with this is like, this is the divine wanting you to keep letting him guide you, right, on this path. As you climb this mountain, don't stop looking up at him. Don't look back, right? Be looking up. He's guiding you. He's guiding your flow here, right? Keep looking up, right? He's never going to lead you astray here, right? You need to believe in him and the power of the unseen and the miracles that he can bring into your life if you just keep looking up here, okay? And believing in yourself that you can do this, right? Okay? Because you matter here. You matter. And if somebody hasn't told you that recently, I'm here to tell you that you matter, right? Your heart matters. Your love matters, okay? The love for yourself and the love that you give others, it matters, okay? All right. I'm going to get a couple of messages here just to close it up, but, you know, it's time to take the leap of faith and invest in yourself here, right? And get started. Get started and never stop looking up. The divine is here to guide you. He's just waiting for you to grab a hold of him and let him guide you here, okay? $888, that number can be significant if you're seeing that number. It says, as you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. Yes. It's like, you know, as you change your mindset and you focus on all the wonderful things around you, right? Being grateful. That's another thing of changing your mindset, your thought patterns, being thankful, grateful, having that positive mindset on yourself, your situation, who you are, where you're going, right? And by doing that, it's clearing a path for more positive energy, right? Bringing in that new vibration of opportunities, of people. And by doing so, it's creating this love, this new, I'm hearing new era, that's what I just heard, new era of abundance here, okay? And you're worthy of this, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have number 77. It says, it is time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. Yes, now is the time to get started. Now is the time to be brave because you matter, right? Believing in yourself, right? Clearing that path by this new way of thinking, new way of believing and seeing yourself here. Letting go of old patterns and habits and fears and embracing the new. So you can have what God has planned, all the blessings that he has for you, right? But you have to be willing to step out of the old and into the new, okay? And it all starts with you here, okay? So I'm going to get you a positive sunflower just to close it up. But very powerful message, okay? You're worthy of this. Okay, we have 5-5. That is change. That's significant change here. It says, I am crafting a life filled with purpose and passion. Yes. This is about investing in you and chasing your dreams, changing your mindset, clearing that path, creating that change so you can have a life that's filled with purpose and passion. And that's what the divine wants for you here. Okay? Don't settle. Okay? Invest in yourself and believe that the divine is going to back you here. It says, we've got your back here, right? They are going to support your path, but you have to believe in yourself, right? Having the courage to make that decision that you matter here. Okay? And releasing these old thought patterns, habits, and fears, right? Because that's old programming. It's time to replace that with new programming. With new programming of truth, of authenticity, and of light. Okay? Nothing of the past can hold you back anymore. It's time for a new day. It's time to get started because you're worthy and deserving of what God has for you, okay? That's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated with you. If not, check back tomorrow. I do daily readings Monday through Friday. But until then, I hope you have a great, great Tuesday and believe in yourself and make Tuesday be the day that you start this change, okay? I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.